So it's tonight. It's Aston Villa versus Arsenal, and it is not a game I look forward to when the Premier League fixtures are announced in July or August, whenever they are announced. But to be honest, as the season goes, this is one of the fixtures I really want. We don't want to win against Aston Villa. We want to hammer them, embarrass them, and we need to see Emery cry. My hate for Emery goes beyond anyone. Like I haven't hated on someone this much in my lifetime. I don't think I hate someone with all my passion, all my like soul. He he sucked the life out of us when he was our manager. He sucked the life out of this club. Aaron Ramsey crying, Ozil was villainized, and then Gunduzi was going to be our captain, and players like Joe Willock were getting hyped, and were people were saying that like Joe Willock is better than Ozil, this and that. So it was properly turning us into a mid-table or a relegation battle team where we were actually happy celebrating mediocrity. And probably it was one of those Aston Villa games that we won in under Unai Emery that was totally undeserved. But again, the chaos, the frantic nature of the game, and then Mavericks like uh, uh, individuals winning you the game, that took us through. And fans were celebrating. I was not, because I wanted us to lose every single game, because I knew Unai Emery wasn't made for a top club. Top club. He cannot manage a top club because he thrives under chaos. People are appreciating the fact that he develops player. He makes them these mavericks. Every single player improves under his management. I mean, the player he improves, the way he dictates a team, it screams of mid-table club because it's entertaining, it's exciting, but it is not sustainable. It is definitely not sustainable, and obviously everyone by now would know that Aston Villa have been winning games, but they haven't deserved to be winning those games. But somehow magic quality, Morgan Rogers coming up, Watkins coming up, Buendia coming up against Arsenal. One or the other player keeps standing up, and they have a good squad like Jadon Sancho coming from the bench, Buendia coming from the bench. Their midfield is brilliant. One thing that they lack depth in is defense, and their defense is actually pretty much not like they are not even keeping up right now because Cash is not going to play in this fixture. And if Cash is not going to play this fixture, then they are in big trouble. Madsen, I realized. Uh, I watched all the highlights of all the Aston Villa games to really analyze, and then I watched Arsenal versus Aston Villa as well. And I don't know if I said this when I previewed that game, but these are the zones where this is the zone. If Arsenal are attacking, Aston Villa will have their defense sit very deep when the wingers, whoever the wingers are, attack them. So they keep this area totally free for the opposition. And there is where you saw a Bukayo Saka shot to Martin Odegaard shots getting saved by Martinez. And that is where we need to stand up. That is where we need to strike. That is where we need to show that we are going to win the Premier League, because against Aston Villa you will need clarity, you will need that maverick nature, you will need that killer instinct. There was a Declan Rice opportunity as well, which ended up in a very tame shot, and you should not expect that from Declan Rice, that when he gets ball in these areas he will have a tame shot. He is a pure striker of the ball. He just showed that he is a pure striker of the ball, and obviously will dominate in possession. If you look at the stats, we had more shots, we had more uh, like everything, like shots on target, possession, everything we had more. But it is not about that. It is about the killer instinct that we have been lacking, and this is the game. We have underperformed our XG by a huge margin in our last 5 6 games, and we need to show up. This is the game we need to capitalize on everything. Martin Odegaard coming back on back of a goal. He was striking the ball well in that Aston Villa game as well. He is looking like he's in form. at the first two games before his injury, where he played against Olympiacos and another team I don't remember. He was looking like he is back to his best. And the previous game, where he was the man of the match for me, at least fans voted Declan Rice man of the match because obviously he's a fan favorite right now and everyone wants to make him the captain. But this is a fixture where Martin Odegaard can announce himself. He scored a goal against Brighton as well, but this is the game where if he scores from outside the box, it will mean a lot to the fans and it will give a huge statement to everybody that Martin Odegaard is going to lead his team to the Premier League title. And these are the games where Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard need to step up and show why they are the senior players of the team. They have experienced so many ups and downs. Bukayo Saka and Odegaard for sure, along with Gabriel Magalhaes, not the even Gabriel Martinelli as well, but he's not going to start, so I won't be telling you too much about Gabriel Martinelli. But that is where you need to see that you have suffered so much, you have seen so much ups and downs, and now these are the nights where you show up, you play beyond yourself, you just give everything for the team, and you show the quality you have. Martin Odegaard and Saka have been playing for this team for 5 6 years, consistently being the starters. They have to take this game by the scruff of the neck. And I think the way we conceded against Aston Villa, it was again Ebreche as a fell asleep, and then he allowed Matikash to enter this area, and that never happens with Arsenal. A free player, right back running, and him having so much space there, and that is why maybe I think I totally forgot about that because I was with family, so I didn't watch the game that closely to analyze it. But I did see that is why maybe Arteta doesn't play Average as on left wing anymore. He thinks he's a number 10 and he will not track back for him, and that will be very costly for Mikel Arteta. So he's just removed that idea from his brain. And that is why you won't even see a Madueke at left wing anymore because he needs that defensive cover. He needs players to track their runners. Even if you are an attacker, if you are Saka, if you are Trossard, if you are Martinelli, you have the responsibility and you have been playing for this team for so long. You need to have those instincts in you. And Madueke and Abreche, they are very new to the team, so that is why I think Arteta doesn't trust them. But I think Abreche's role can be also crucial because a team that gives you space here, you might as well go with Declan Rice, Abreches, and Odegaard midfield because they go with an all-out midfield. If you look at their teams against the big team, this is the team against a big team. They are playing against Arsenal, and okay, Unai Emery has gone with he went with Kamara and Onana, so he went pretty solid in the midfield. But then he removed Onana and he brought Buendia, he brought Malan, he brought Sancho. I don't know who Bogarde is to be very honest, but maybe he is the right back or centre back. No, Lindelof is the centre back, so he must be the right back that will play in this fixture as well. So he went all out. He was like, okay, he went with, he brought in, uh, he brought in Buendia for Onana when we were 1-1. So that shows that he goes all out. So why are you going to be scared of, oh, we should not play to attacking eights with a number six? We can play. We are at home. We can dominate. And I think Trossard will play in the as a position. Gyökeres will start, but again Gabriel Jesus coming up, and then him finding spaces. I don't think it is a game for Gabriel Jesus as such because uh, their defense sits very deep anyway, so it is not like you need too much of passing. They give you space anyway. I think Gabriel Jesus becomes more important against teams that don't give you that much space. But I think Aston Villa does give you space, and it is more about the final action you do, not about how you pass, how you go past players, how you triple. It is about the final action, the clear killer instinct, and I don't think Gabriel Jesus has that. That is his strength, obviously, to be very polite. And I think Gyökeres needs to stand up again because Aston Villa are also weak when the wingers are here. You cut back, you cross, or you go ahead and cross. and Saka enters these zones always. Madsen is a weakness. This area, Odegaard, Saka, Timber, this triangle. Here, consider a move. Odegaard, Saka gives a ball to Odegaard, runs. Odegaard gives a through ball to Saka, then Saka passes to the striker. Striker scores the goal. This is one of the opportunities you can see in this game. This can happen because Madsen is not their best player. I think Madsen is one of their weaknesses. And the fact that Kamara is not there, they are not going to have the luxury of two defensive midfielders as well. So these areas will be weak. These areas will be weak, the right side. So we have to target this area the most, and the goal and a goal. I am expecting a goal from Bukayo Saka. And the second thing is they are weak against set pieces as well. And Gabriel is back. He will be playing this game. So I am expecting a goal from either Calafiori if he plays. I don't think he will play. If not Calafiori, then for sure Gabriel would have a great opportunity. And even if the crosses are cleared, these are not good clearances. They will give you space here. The area I'm talking about here, the one area where you cannot give Aston Villa the ball and you have to take the ball from them is the midfield. Because when Aston Villa find themselves in this space with area available, they will score goals. They will score goals. Either they will put through balls to Watkins or score themselves from the outside of the box. So you cannot give them. Even McGinn coming from here. McGinn, you can expect more of crosses, but Rogers from here, Rogers will shoot, Watkins will shoot, and McGinn will bring those crosses. And they are good at. They have runners. They attack. They don't even shy away. Like Matson will make a run here, and then their midfield Tielemans, Morgan Rogers, McGinn from here, Watkins from here, and then whoever their other attacking it is. Maybe it is Buendia. Maybe it is. I don't know who they will play, to be very honest. But let me see who they can play. They can play Buendia. They can play. Yeah, I don't see anyone other than Buendia. But okay, so they will attack, and their even their defensive midfielders will come up the pitch to attack the ball, and they will leave spaces here. So when they are building up, especially when Matthew Cash is not there, they'll have issues building up from the back. So you have to press high. Martin Odegaard, Gyökeres have to work their socks off. If Gyökeres is not playing, Gabriel Jesus can be a very good presser of the ball. And then from Trossard or Martinelli and from Bukayo Saka, we need to be charged. And then maybe our front four will not win. They will bypass our front four. But the moment the ball comes here to their midfielders, to Tillemans, to Morgan Rogers, Declan Rice and Zoe Mendy have to be very sharp. And these are the places where we will create opportunity from where we can attack these areas. So the mm, key is to press hard, to cross well, which we do. These two things we do. So this is the advantage we have. We are at our home. We will press well from front. We'll play positive, and then we'll cross the ball well from both the wings. No problem for Trossard and Bukayo Saka to cross the ball well. And Gyökeres is a good striker still, so he will love to attack that ball. And if Gabriel Jesus is starting, which I won't be complaining about, then he will have to be there in areas attacking. He will have to be positive. You cannot be sitting back. Sitting back, you will have Odegaard and a Declan Rice running and occupying these spaces. As a striker, you have to attack the goal. Look positive, make runs, and attack the crosses. And attacking crosses has never been a problem for Arsenal Football Club. And then the set pieces, all these things are our strength, and this area specifically, the Odegaard Saka area, along with Timber making runs, that is also our strength. So everything is tailor made for us to win this match. The only thing is whether we will finish our chances, whether we will show that killer instinct. If we show our killer instinct, we can win this by a big margin. I have no doubt about it that we can win this game by a big margin, but we need to show our killer instinct once and for all against Aston Villa. This is a crucial match, and this is one of those games where people will decide whether Arsenal are favorites for the title, or they are going to like bottle it again, like they say. So as a whole fan base, we need to really like we need to be confident about this game. We need to be a little bit bullish that we are going to win this game. And we should also like as players, not us, but when the fans are bullish, the players need to be bullish. You need to know from when you are in the tunnel going for the game, Aston Villa should know that they are going to face the Arsenal Football Club, and it is going to be a tough night. And they cannot give this much space, and they cannot allow Odegaard Saka to link up. They cannot allow the set pieces. They cannot allow to concede a single corner. These things, and they cannot allow playing from the back. You need to make them feel suffocated. You need to make them feel small. And once you have seen Aston Villa, when they get momentum, they will never leave you. They will just kill you off. But if you have the momentum against Aston Villa, Unai Emery's side are prone to either having a very positive momentum or very negative momentum. We need to make sure in the first half, from the ball one, we have that momentum and we make it count. We need to be 2-0 up in the first half, and that is how we are going to win this game. And something tells me that it is going to happen. I am feeling very confident. I have seen other Arsenal fans who are also feeling very confident, and yeah, I think we should do well in this game. And obviously, Kai Havertz is back. He will be on the bench. I don't think he will feature much, and I won't want him to feature in this game. This is too high octane a game for someone to make a comeback after so a huge injury. And I don't think Kai Havertz is someone who is that tidy on the ball that we can trust him. Obviously, if we need a goal and we need to throw strikers on the pitch, maybe he can come. But I won't force him to play any minutes in this game. Maybe against Bournemouth he can get a few minutes. But it is a bit weird also because we have so many strikers now and where to play whom. But one positive is that Norgard's performance against Crystal Palace was a big positive. So now we know that at least we can give Zubimendi a rest, and then Merino is there, so will not have to put his like he will not have to play striker every game that he gets tired or he gets fatigued. So he will always be fresh for that number 8 spot when Declan Rice needs a rest. So our midfield is looking better, although I still feel we need to sign a midfielder in the January transfer window. I don't know if we will sign anyone, but even a 22-year-old prospect midfielder who can fill in for a few games without much of a fuss, I think we should try to buy one. It's not a Sterling level of replacement, but someone who is up and coming, good prospect for the future, but can do a job right now. Not like a Sambi Lokonga, maybe like a Emil Smith Rowe quality of a player. Maybe if we can find 20-25 million players somehow, we need to cash in. But yeah, that is how I see this Aston Villa match. And to be honest, it is life and death. I am very serious about this game. And if we lose, it is going to be over. Not only the year, but my life might be over, which might be an over exaggeration, but that is how this year has been. And okay, I will see you after the game, hopefully with a little bit of positive energy. And yeah, bye.